Hello, welcome to this video. My name is Doreen Short. I'm an RDI consultant and an RDI mom. And in this video, we're going to be taking a close look at how the human mind develops through dynamic intelligence. Because the real world in which we live in is largely unpredictable and uncertain, human development has designed our brains to be able to function in a dynamic world. What this means is that the human brain prefers dynamic situations, dynamic problem solving that is open-ended, that is unfixed, that allows the learner the opportunity to use their creativity and ingenuity to solve the problem in front of them. Because human development has designed our brains for dynamic intelligence, external rewards are unnecessary for the learning process to unfold. In fact, the research supports that whether you're a child or an adult, we are intrinsically motivated and driven to solve problems when we're presented with dynamic situations and dynamic conditions. Now, the reason why our minds are designed this way is that we're preparing for adulthood from the moment we're babies. So when we're little, we are employing our dynamic thinking because we have to prepare for a very dynamic world in front of us. And the irony, to some of you perhaps, is that thinking dynamically doesn't have to be taught. It's a natural course of human development. So in this next little clip, here you see a baby in a crib, and this baby is going to escape from its crib. And I would like for you to just imagine how this baby is going to go about doing that. Now, this is an example of a baby using his dynamic intelligence. And I can assure you that his parent did not teach him how to do this, that he was able to use his natural problem-solving capabilities in this dynamic situation to come up with his own ingenious solution. So see if you can predict how he gets himself out of this crib. Now, if you were surprised by what this little baby came up with, then you know you've witnessed some dynamic intelligence at play. Because again, it's open-ended. We don't exactly know what the solution is. And that's probably why this mom filmed her baby, because she was so tickled with the ingenious way he managed to get out of this crib. Of course, this being dynamic means that there is not just one way to escape from a crib. So this is what makes dynamic thinking opposite from static thinking, which unfortunately is what so many kids end up getting as their foundation for learning, that there is a right answer, there is a right response. It's closed-ended. And what we want to do actually is provide children with lots of experiences at open-ended problem solving, because this is how the mind was designed to work. Again, the reward for these two little children that we just witnessed was the sensations they must have felt with being able to solve this problem on their own. And I know I'm using children who do not have autism, but it's important that we allow our kids with autism to also experience these dynamic sensations and that they also can solve problems in dynamic ways. Of course, it doesn't get more dynamic or more uncertain than two people engaged in a conversation. This is why I'm showing children who do not have autism, because we need to take a close look at how human development sets the stage for this little boy's preparation for adulthood. We as human beings rely on our relationships to grow and develop. We rely on our relationships for our sense of mental health, for our connections, for employment, for all the things that you can imagine to be an independent adult. We foster those relationships by our communicative connections. And in this next video, that's what you're going to see. You're going to see a baby who is intrinsically motivated and driven to connect with his father, and a father who is driven to guide and support his learning child.
Did you understand it though? No. Okay. All right. Huh? Oh, not this one. This is the grand finale of it. Yeah, that's the last one. That's what I was wondering. I don't know what they're gonna do next season because they did some stuff this time.
So why the focus on dynamic intelligence? Because human development is designed to form the human brain based on dynamic abilities. Having conversations, forming relationships, unique and creative problem solving are dynamic endeavors, because what human development already understands is that as we age and we grow up, we will have to be able to employ our dynamic intelligence for an increasing dynamic world. Okay, so those examples I gave you were of children who do not have autism. And the truth is, we can use the guiding relationship with our children with autism and put them in dynamic situations as well, so that we can foster their dynamic intelligence. So I just want to do a quick explanation of this setup here so you can understand what's happening. So to support Zach, I've set up a very simple activity where he's just going to pass me some vegetable cans and I'm going to put them in the cabinet. And to create a dynamic moment for him, one of the cans is familiar, but the other can that you see there on the step stool is unfamiliar. And what I'm going to do is see how he handles this unfamiliar moment. Okay, it might have been a little bit hard to hear what he said. His guess was dinner. So I was like, dinner? Sure, that could be dinner. And the point being is that it's not about saying a right answer, right? Sometimes we don't know what the answer is and we have to give it our best guess. And so in this situation, this is dynamic, right? Because we're not looking for a particular answer. He could have come up with any kind of approximation for a guess, but he had to think and decide on how to call that can. Okay, that completes this video, and I'd invite you to take a look at your own child's learning. Is it static in nature or is it dynamic? Understand that the human mind prefers and is designed to learn in dynamic ways, open-ended, unanticipated, unpredictable, that allows the child to use their brain in creative and open-ended ways is the most meaningful way for the child to learn, even our child with autism. Thank you for watching.